Mercy, Lord have mercy. Father, forgive them, for they do not know any better. First, I want to give honor to the God I serve. Now, I okay, I want to make this clear. I don't support any of these presidents. All presidents have done something that I don't like. I'm not going to agree with everything that they do. Now, when people were saying Donald Trump is a IRA, ACIST, when they were saying, he only cares about the Caucasian people. He's trying to whitewash everything. And that he's only sending the National Guard in to unalive black youth. When he said drink bleach, when COVID-19 came out, I am a woman that believes, in second chances. We have all made mistakes. You get older, you get supposed to get wiser and better. But what President Donald Trump has showed me by Charlie Kirk with all of this dignitary, you're doing all of this for a man that spewed hate, venom. He talked about the alphabet people. He really dogged out black people. If you didn't agree with him, his people attacked you. Now, I don't know what God that he was serving, but you're supposed to love all people. Okay. This man legacy and what he spewed out of his mouth was venom and hate. Especially if you was a black person and you were part of the alphabet community. And so, you, Donald Trump, president-elect, you done showed your true colors. Now, you're treating this man like a dignitary. So that means you're part of the problem, because now you done created another problem. Because I'm looking at you right now in a whole different light. This man promoted hate, violence, and you use my tax-paying dollars to fly him on Air Force Two, to fly his body back. Okay, go do something for Dakara Thompson, where her body was thrown over like nothing by an illegal migrant. We had 3 black kids that was killed. Give them the coverage. And by the way, that picture that you showing of the guy that killed the lady from Ukraine, the man had mental illness. He had schizophrenic, mental illness. You mock the mental ill people just the same way Charlie Kirk did. Charlie Kirk mocked all people of all races in the alphabet community. This is who you're putting on a pedestal. So I gotta look at you because you condone this type of behavior. Hey, Renee. See, you're co-signing all of the venom and hate that Charlie Kirk spewed out by treating this man like he was a dignitary. Do you know people that talked about Charlie Kirk, wrote articles about Charlie Kirk? Do you know his people harassed them? They harassed them. Do you know black women, black professional women was the target of his venom and hate that he spread it? Do you know the alphabet community was part of the venom that he hate, that he spread it, and the hate? Talking about other races, people with special needs. You can't make this up. So President Donald Trump, you standing by this man and treating him like a dignitary, right? So birds of a feather flock together. So now, President Trump, we see what you really are. We see who you stand for. You're trying to make America great again, but only for a certain group of people. A certain group of people is that you're trying to make America great again. You've really shown your true colors right now with this. I mean, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. People are running around living in fear, and all of this stuff that you holler, making America great again, you want to make it great again, in my opinion, for white, rich, powerful people with money. You can care less. You can care less about minorities, people of color, the LGBT, the alphabet people. You could care less. People with special needs, you could care less about them. So you're planning on making America great again?
Sometimes.
No. Charlie Kirk was a person who spewed hate, venom. This is who he was. He talked about black people. He talked about the alphabet community. So, because we have freedom of speech, that freedom of speech means your speeches target black people, people of color, and the alphabet community. That's hate. That's hate. And you trying to, you treating this man like he was Mother Teresa? You know, people being unalived by guns right now is not due to their race, color, or creed. We have school shooters that's going in, unaliving people in schools. Look at the color of those shooters. And some people have to live in fear due to the color of their skin, due to people like Charlie Kirk spewing his rhetoric of hate towards a race of people. Again, nobody should be unalived for their opinion. But you better be careful with your opinions and your views and what your First Amendment right gives you. And I don't think the First Amendment was meant to talk about people of color, people from the alphabet community. All hate. He never said anything good about people of color, people with disabilities, people with mental illness, the alphabet people. Again, not only black people are not the only ones that's unaliving people. President Donald Trump, did you see how many Caucasian men, that first Caucasian man that y'all picked up was bragging that he did it. Because you know, there are some great Caucasian people in the world that saw Charlie Kirk for what he was, with spewing his racist comments and hateful comments. It's just not black people that's unaliving people. President Donald Trump. Look at the color of the skin of this shooter and the alleged and the shooters that have walked into churches and unalived a group of people. Look at these last school shooters. But you have people like Charlie Kirk that's spreading venom and lies, and may he rest in peace. May he rest in peace. You know, he does leave behind a wife and kids, but my left wife, kids, all of these people that have been unalived by by shooters, you know, with all of these mass gun shootings. They had families. They had people that loved them. You have children right now that are on medication because they were at a parade or they were at their school and they the gun violence. You didn't go down there to that school. So what do you really want to come to Chicago for? Is the question I have to ask now. Even though I know my family, they want them there, but now I question your motives. With you treating
We're here at Mom's Night Out.
Charlie Kirk as some type of dignitary, some type of honorable man that spewed hate and violence. And oh my God, I hope his people don't come attack me. Because you know, Charlie Kirk's people loved attacking black women. Things that make me gotta wonder about you now, President Trump. 300,000 black women lost their jobs. See, these are facts. And you know what else you said? Those women can take those jobs that the illegals had. So you want black people to go back and pick cotton? Is that what you meant with the black jobs? You know, fire 300 black women and say they can take the jobs that the illegals had. Now, the alleged unaliver that they have of unaliving Charlie Kirk. His name is Tyler Robinson. He is 22, and he is a privileged, rich, and smart, intelligent kid. But let Charlie Kirk tell it. Only my color of people did all of the unalivings of people. And people actually believed him. Tyler Robinson is 22. He lived in a 600,000 six-bedroom home in Washington, Utah, about 260 miles south of Kirk's unaliving in Orem. His mother posted, according to the FBI, he was a stellar student, scoring a near perfect 34 on the ACT test. But being that Tyler Robinson, and let me show y'all Tyler Robinson's picture. This is his picture. This is his picture. He not ghetto. He not hood. He did not come from a single parent home. You know, all of the stuff, all of the garbage that they put out about black boys. This is the alleged unaliver of Charlie Kirk. This is him. Okay? I want y'all to see that. But the venom that Charlie Kirk was spreading, people doing all the unaliving, all of the stabbings, the shootings, everything, they were black men. Okay? Oh, he comes from a good family. He comes from a great family. His father is a 27-year-old veteran of the Washington County Sheriff's Department. Now, he comes from a two-parent home. But the venom, the hate, the venom and hate that Charlie Kirk was spreading was that only black boys unalived people. Who is it? Who is it? Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Management.
Fine. Apparently your cat got out and was howling in the hallway
When?
today, just now, and it peed down there, okay?
And
So
when?
down there, you can see
It couldn't have been my cat. I've been in there, man. There is a lady with the dog.
there's a lady with a dog,
We have
Just
two
now?
dogs.
just now, right?
I've been there. My cat was not out. Not today. Not right now. We have not right now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, not
Okay.
this time.
Oh, you gotta go back and go
Yeah,
in.
we on all we want you to do. But no, my cat did not do that.
So a lady told us it was a cat, so we'll assume
Yeah.
it was a cat, so we got worried.
Right. I've been right up here with him.
Okay.
So that's a lot.
Take that little lady back.
Got it wrong today. Yes. They
Oh,
got it-
well, yeah, somebody did. Thank you.
okay. They got it wrong today. Check boo boo. Check that. Yeah. Come on. And there's been plates right here. Right here. Right here. Yeah, right here. Here. So, thanks for whoever lied on me, but I've been here. My cat did not get out. I've been here.
Okay, so somebody's animal pee, like, you know, in the hallway,
Okay, everybody, hold on for a minute. Yeah. Okay.
I'm never doing that again with him.
Okay. All right. Oh, sorry. Okay. I am back. I am back. So again, back to what I was saying. You know, this is, you know, allegedly the assassination.
This is a day we've all.
You know. You know. Charlie Kirk's freedom of speech. You know, all his freedom of speech was hatred, prejudice, degrading undertones. And so, if this is what y'all consider a man that's supposed to be flown in the Air Force One, the vice president's plane with my tax dollars, that's spewing venom, hate, bigotry, these people don't care about my race of people. They talk about them. Matter of fact, they're so good at it now. You know, they call us names out in the open.
White man, fight back! 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 White man, fight back!
So this is what the people are talking about.
Fight back! White man, fight back! White man, fight back!
So the racism continues.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately,
You
some
know,
gun deaths.
the racism
John, you can.
continues.
White man!
The venom is still getting fueled. And like I say, I don't stand for either of them, Democrats nor Republicans. They're all the bird. They both flapping the same wing. They don't care about me, little old me. They only care, and this is my opinion, about getting their money, getting their palms greased. And America is full of hate, racism, people unaliving. America does not care about the people, nor the citizens, people that was born right here in this country. America does not address mental illness. America only addresses addictions when they come to black people being on crack. But when white people had meth in the oxycodone, it was, you know, crack. They sent black people to prison. Meth they treated. America doesn't care about inner city kids. America is so busy blaming black single mothers, saying they're responsible for most of the crimes. But here we have a shooter that happens to be Caucasian. America likes people like Charlie Kirk. America loves people like Charlie Kirk that's out here spewing venom and hate. America only cares about one race of people. And the president of the United States of America that we have sitting in office has shown his true colors right now with saying and acting like Charlie Kirk is the best thing since food. A man that spewed venom and hate. And I want to know what God was he serving. Because you know, the God I was taught, you're supposed to love thy neighbor. And I'm so sorry.
Attention.
I'm so sorry
Killer roundup.
that the alleged killer, he wasn't my color. Because that's what y'all was hoping for. Y'all was ready to start a riot. Y'all was ready to, hey, young Brianne, y'all was ready to set it off in the United States of America. Boy, y'all went home. Y'all just knew it was a black man. Y'all was ready to go to war. Huh?
My name is Aretha
Can't make this
Burrow. I'm
up.
from Louisville, Kentucky, and
You can't make this stuff up. You know what I find so funny?
What's up, y'all? You a business?
What I really find is we have Charlie Kirk, a man that spewed venom, hate, being treated like some honorary dignitary for white supremacy. You had Dylan Roof, the kid that walked in the church and unalived people sitting in church. And y'all let this boy, they took him to Burger King. They did everything. They treat Caucasian shooters with such grace, style, and finesse. Here you had a boy that's schizophrenic that should have been in a mental institution that unalived somebody because he's got mental illness. They don't want to address that, but the president holds his picture up. Anybody that is promoting violence, hate, in my opinion, should be shut up, put away. The target is on my people. The people that have the same skin as I have. Again, the BS that Charlie Kirk put out was hate towards people of color, the LGBT community, so you mad that the shooter and unaliver of Charlie Kirk was not a black man. So you threaten 3 HBCU schools, right? You know, Alabama, Hampton, and Virginia. They had to be locked down due to threats. Because y'all was so mad that this was not a black boy. Ooh, I can't make this stuff up. He went around, Charlie Kirk went around to colleges. He manipulated and was trying to mind control more racist people than all black people. All we was good for having babies, being on welfare, and unaliving people. Charlie Kirk was worse than the Grand Wizard of the KKK. He lied about affirmative action. And you're right. Unfortunately, they had to have affirmative actions. Because you people that don't judge me by my character or my college education, you wouldn't have never hired me due to the color of my skin. That's why they had to bring in affirmative action. To make sure young, beautiful, intelligent black women and black boys that went to college would be hired on the job, because some of you still be behind your white sheets. You laugh and smile in my face, and you hate me because of the color of my skin. And anybody that's saying
to Mom.
this is what Christian people do, this is what they do, I want to know what God y'all serving. Charlie Kirk was a cruel, mean man. He spewed venom. And of course, no, he didn't deserve to be unalived. I don't wish death on anybody, not even my worst enemy. But, you know, being that my race of people, you know, we was born to love these people that mistreated us, that don't care about us. We were taught we all bleed the same. But really deep down inside, you hate us. And you still do. And it's showing. The views and opinions expressed are those of Darlene April. We still have sympathy for a man that hated us. Again, we still have sympathy for those that hate us. President Donald J. Trump has shown what he stands for with this unaliving of Charlie Kirk. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. Y'all ain't no sense in sugarcoating it. We gonna call out this shit just for what it is. What no half flags flying when Trayvon Martin was unalived and couldn't defend himself. We still don't know what happened. There were no half flags for Breonna Taylor. There's no half flags for DeMarcus Thompson. So, I just want to show y'all some of the rhetoric. Black women like Joy Reid, Ketanji Brown Jackson, Sheila Jackson Lee, and Michelle Obama used affirmative action because they do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. So they had to steal a white person's slot. So President Donald Trump, you are flying half flags. Affirmative action had to be developed because, like I said, some of y'all would never hire me because we went to college. We worked our butts off. We wanted to get in the workforce. And you would have not hired me because of the color of my skin. So do not talk about these women and say they don't have brain processing power and how they stole a white person's slot. You people, your people have been running corporate America. If we didn't dance to y'all music on these jobs or didn't like you on these jobs, they fired us. The plantation still goes on. The plantation. You were scared to say you took a vacation because they would be mad that you're able to travel. You were scared to drive your nice car to work because some of these people think black people don't have anything. Oh, they hired us, but they didn't promote you. They didn't send you back to school. They didn't make you a top executive. This is their civil war. It has nothing to do with my people, but I'm scared for my people because they are going to. DEI, some black people would not have jobs. Okay? Because unfortunately, we still live in a time where people do not judge people by the color, by their character. They're still being judged by the color of their skin. Now, I still got mad love for all people, but I see what has been done to my people, the discrimination. They want to try to do away with slavery like it didn't exist. They want our history removed. We built this country. And so, yeah, it is what it is. Do you know that when Charlie Kirk talk about black women, do you know that those black women, people thought it was okay to talk about black professional women? Do you know that black women that wrote articles about Charlie Kirk, do you know that they were ambushed and targeted? Professors at colleges. Due to Charlie Kirk is why we had the Karens. And then I want to know how this unaliving has become a race thing. The shooter and the victim are the same race. Why aren't we saying white on white crimes? You like to say black on black crimes. You know, I'm just a messenger. Just delivering a message. You know, I'm not trying to start anything. I'm just calling stuff the way I see it.
I'm praying for Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk.
But enough is enough, man.
You know,
Like, it makes me.
What's sad about it is I got people like Angry Pillar. You can get out of my chat. You can type whatever you want to. I'm not going to be moved by you. Because, you know, you're not my color. So you're not going to see the venom that Charlie Kirk spewed on people of my color, especially black women. You don't see the venom that he spewed about the LGBT community. Anybody that was not perfect, Charlie Kirk talked about them.
Yo, this is not cool.
You know. And so, for anybody to be celebrating flags at half-mast for a man that spewed hate and venom, the United States of America is not being made great again. The United States of America message that's being sent right now is we love all of you people that spread hate. We don't love you. We could care less. White power, white power, white power. That's the message that's being sent. Okay? So, you know, here we have another man that was unalived in broad daylight, for the whole world to see, like all of the last school shooters and the color that they are. So this just isn't a black. So now, what the sad thing about it is y'all promoted this hate. Your black promoted hate. Charlie Kirk promoted hate. He talked about black people. And violence is not due to race, color, or creed. We can see. So we don't need the people like Charlie Kirk or this angry pillar that's mad, because white people unalive people too. They unalive their own community too. They unalive their people as well. They do it in broad daylight. People are going to be traumatized. All the people that was at that university yesterday in Utah are traumatized. The last school shooting at the Catholic Church, those kids are traumatized, just like people of my race have been traumatized with some of the violent acts of people of all race who commit crimes. I want the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and you know, if something was to happen to him, or any of these black leaders that we have that y'all done appointed, will you fly the flag? Will it be half to honor them? We're honoring a man that was full of race.
Panicking like it just lost a go cat. Now, don't mistake me. I'm not throwing a party, but I won't spit out some lie about him being anything other than what he was. He was a fascist, pure and simple. A man who turned hate into a paycheck, who groomed kids into bootlickers, who preached submission to corporate power and white supremacy. Humanizing that filth would be a betrayal of the truth. Liberals already cracked under pressure. Yesterday, they were shouting about uprisings, name-dropping Nepal like they even knew what it meant, playing cosplay revolutionaries. Today, they're wagging their fingers, bleeding. Violence is never the answer. Pathetic. They want the clout of rebellion without the cost, slogans without scars. They yearn to feel radical, but stay safe behind keyboards, never touching the fire, never paying the toll. I'm not calling for violence, refusing to say do it. Nor will I lift a finger to save the state's favorite fascist mouthpiece. I'm not calling the 911 hotline. I'm declining to play the watchdog for a government that's built its empire on blood. They cheer when Hitler got put down, when Mussolini hung, when Bin Laden caught a bullet, when Saddam swung from a rope. That same country shrieks about humanity when one of its own enforcers takes a hit. Hypocrisy rots in the air. And the timing, September 11th, never forget. They chant as if this country doesn't gorge itself on forgetting. Nearly 3,000 dead in New York, and the U.S. answered by bombing its way across the globe. Over 243,000 civilians killed in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Pakistan. $8 trillion shoved into the war machine. I carried a rifle into that graveyard war, fought for pipelines, lithium, and opium, not for freedom. I watched contractors rake in billions while soldiers bled and families starved. This land was never clean. Genocide carved this country. Slavery built the foundation. White supremacy policed the domain. Capitalism cages the people. Over 2 million locked up right now. Police slaughtered over 1,300 people in 2024, the deadliest year in recent history. West Virginia buried over 1,300 from overdoses that same year, the highest rate in the nation. The state strangles the poor and calls it order. Its empire kills and calls it freedom. Don't preach to me about peace when this country eats death for breakfast. Stop crying over one fascist while ignoring tens of millions slaughtered by the system he defended. Avoid telling me violence is never the answer when this nation was built on mass graves and slave ships and still runs on prisons, wars, and overdoses. America doesn't just tolerate blood, it feeds on it, worships it, and demands more. Join Fights Back. Stand up for justice. Organize your community. Mobilize your neighborhoods and resist oppression. Together, we can build a movement for liberation.
Well, there you have it. Wow. I thought it was so great. Somebody really acknowledging that we
This
built
one's for
this
the Christians.
country.
For the Christians. If you're not a Christian, we love you, but this one's not for you. So, Charlie Kirk has been murdered, and there's been a lot of discourse over the last day about it. And one thing that I want to add to the conversation as a Christian, as a therapist, is that we can hold multiple truths at one time. Let's take it from the top. Him being murdered was wrong. Anyone being murdered is wrong. We can hold that. Having compassion for a person's wife and their child because they were murdered is there. We can experience that. We can live that out. We can pray for them. Even reflecting on our own experience, what if it were me? We can live that out. And at the same time, we can hold the truth that a person communicated what is perceived as violent and extremely harmful speech and rhetoric towards populations of people. That some of the things as a Black man that Charlie Kirk has said makes me less safe, makes my family less safe, makes people that I care about less safe. And so, me personally, I have found that in this entire moment, that I am neither hot nor cold, that I am numb and trying to figure out, how do I wade through these waters? And so how do I wade through them? I take it back to God. I take it back to God because he calls me to have compassion, but it's hard to have compassion. It's hard to be compassionate towards a person, an enemy that I have perceived is actively working against me, against people that look like me for merely existing and merely having the imago Dei that you, Lord, have given me. It's hard. It's hard work. It's hard to ask the Lord, why do you call me to compassion? Why do you call me to love when people don't act loving? That's hard work. That's hard work. Jesus modeled it for us, but I am yet a human. It's hard work, but that's what I'm called to do. And so I have had to wrestle with, what does that look like, Lord? What is it? How do I do what you've called me to do? And I'm experiencing real human emotions, numbness to the situation, and have already had a pre-thought about this person, about what they stand for, about what they spew. How do I do that? And I truly think it's okay that I am wrestling with this. And so if you find yourself wrestling with it, it's okay. The key is to give it to the Lord. Because I don't know how to walk it out in my own power. I can only walk it out in his. And I can be honest and not deny that I'm holding multiple things in my hand at the same time. You've called me to compassion. What I saw was terrible. And at the same time, this man has pressed against me and people like me in a way that is extremely insidious, that is extremely violent. And it's not of you, Lord. It's giving evil. And even though I have seen him on pulpits and in Christian spaces claiming you, Lord, your Bible, your word tells me that if we are yours, that we should have some fruits of the Spirit. We should have some fruits of the Spirit. And I didn't see not one single fruit. So, Lord, what am I supposed to do with that? How do I process that? And he may never answer me. He may answer somebody else. So where I am is I'm continuously giving it to the Lord. Continuously giving it to him. I do not eulogize him in a way just because he has passed that is rose-colored just because he's died. And at the same time, nor am I going to celebrate that a man was murdered. That people, period, are murdered. And it's even difficult, let's talk about it, because I know some of the rhetoric that he has said himself has been to advocate for said gun deaths. These are his words, not mine, that we are going to have to endure certain gun deaths in order to protect the Second Amendment. Those are words that he spewed. And so what flesh would like to do is say, well, Lord, them his words. That's what he said. Well, Okay. It still doesn't make it right. It doesn't make the act right. And it doesn't make it right that I'm devoid of compassion right now. Even though I understand this is a moment to this is a moment to tap into that. And so you may be struggling with that. I know I am wading through the waters of it. I am too. The goal is to take it back to the Lord because I can't. Now, I don't know about y'all. I can't do that in my own power. I need the Lord to help me in that peace. And I believe that the Lord honors the honesty and transparency with him that there are multiple things. The Lord knows. He hears all the things, that we're holding multiple things in our hands. So if you're struggling with it, that's okay. I'm not saying that's okay as a.
So for us Christians, you know, a man that hated my race of people talked about them like dogs. I don't wish death upon him. What happened to him was wrong. But at the same time, I can say we got one less person spreading hate. Hate. Are you part of the problem? Or are you part of a solution?
Throat's been blown out, body on the floor. Shooter still at large.
And then for President Trump to treat him like he's some dignitary, I got to call it the way I see it. And this is just my opinion. You're giving glory to this man. So when people say that my president doesn't like black people, when my president gives honor to this type of man, speaks volumes on how he really feels about a woman of my color. So yeah, you want to make America great again. And you want my people to work the fields. You want to take us back to slavery. You want to act like, you want to whitewash our history. You use my tax dollars to fly a man and give him all kind of hold on, I gotta calm down, son. I want to say this. The United States of America, the Democrat or the Republican Party don't care about us. It's not because of our color. All they care about is money. Lying in their my life. I'm just speaking my opinion. We do have freedom of speech.
Puerto Rican NBA players.
You know.
His kids don't deserve that, man. His wife and children were in attendance, dude. Imagine, you know, imagine being a 12-year-old, you know, watching your dad die. Nobody deserves that. Not even Charlie Kirk. Nobody deserves that. His kids don't deserve that, man.
You know, it's sad. You know, it is what it is. And you guys let a person like Charlie Kirk disrespect Martin Luther King. You're hypocrites. You're all hypocrites. Please press the like button.
And I have several businesses.
So, Charlie Kirk spewed venom, hate, and they're honoring him like he was Mother Teresa, like he was Martin Luther King Jr., like he was Gandhi. This is how they're treating a man that spewed hate.
You.
Matthew 12:31.
Charlie Kirk kept division in the United States of America. And every racist system that has ever existed in America was built and maintained by white supremacy. Just remember that. Not by us. All we wanted was a fair chance. President Trump, you don't care about making America great. Not for black people. I said it. You don't care about my people. I said it, and you've shown it. And this was the nail in the coffin. Thanks. Thanks for opening my eyes wide open to the person you are now. You have shown your true colors. So I'm going to give you to God, and we're going to let God work on you. This is April Showers. Everybody have a great day.